singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, the missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter will call my name. Never an honest word, but that was when I ruled the world.
Kill myself to save my soul. I was gone, but how was I to know?
I didn't come this far to sink so low. I'm finally holding on to letting go.
Letting go myself to save my soul.
I'm finally holding on to letting go.
I didn't come this far to sink so low.
I'm finally holding on to letting go. I'm just weathering a rough patch, another villain with an itch to scratch. Denial is the darkest when you live in a hole. Why does the hell make you feel so cold? Make a move and you pay for it. Pick a lord and you pray to it. You're so demanding when you want the truth, but your stories don't read for me. I'll never kill myself to save my soul. I was gone, but how was I to know? I didn't come this far to sink so low. I'm finally holding on to letting go. Indecision overload, keep a buckle on the devil and your eyes on the road. Reaching out for the hand of God, but did you think you'd shake your own? This killing field is all grown over. The motherfucker wants it wild. Go sow your oats in alphabetical order. The anti-antagonist is back in style. Myopic, cannot see straight. Dystopic, one sin too late. You gotta lie if you wanna believe, but your Bibles don't work on me. I'll never kill myself to save my soul. I was gone, but how was I to know? I didn't come this far to sink so low. I'm finally holding on to letting go. Did you think you could win and fill me in? Did you think you could do it again? I'm not your sin. I was all that you wanted and more, but you didn't want me. I was more than you thought I could be, so I'm setting you free, I'm setting you free. You've killed the saint in me, how dare you martyr me? You've killed the saint in me. Oh, I'll never kill myself to save my soul. Oh, I was gone, but how was I to know? Oh, I didn't come this far to sink so low. Oh, I'm finally holding on to letting go. You've killed the saint in me, how dare you martyr me? You've killed the saint in me, how dare you martyr me?
I'm only happy when it rains. I'm only happy when it's complicated. And though I know you can appreciate it, I'm only happy when it rains. You know I love it when the news is bad, and why it feels so good to feel so sad. I'm only happy when it rains. Pour your misery down. Pour your misery down on me. Pour your misery down. Pour your misery down on me. I'm only happy when it rains. I feel good when things are going wrong. I only listen to the sad, sad songs. I'm only happy when it rains. I only smile in the dark. My only comfort is the night gone black. I didn't accidentally tell you that. I'm only happy when it rains. You'll get the message by the time I'm through.
Featuring more famous video games than you can shake a stick at, Console Wars finally allows you to win a war you've been fighting and probably losing on the internet your entire life. Quit being a keyboard warrior with the warm embrace of anonymity to protect you. Now you and your friends can fight on the front lines, battling for incredible franchises, exclusivity, and eventual victory. Collect some of the most famous video game franchises of all time. Protect them with loyal and frighteningly dedicated fans. Brave the volatile video game industry and claim the ultimate victory in the console wars. Your favorite video game making mega corporation needs you. Enlist today. Head to consolewarsgame.com. Pick up a copy of Console Wars the card game, outshine your rivals, and prove that your platform reigns supreme. Out now. This is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything XboxEra does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/XboxEra, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month. Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Headlines, XboxEra's twice weekly news show that covers all of the latest and greatest from across the video game industry. In the spirit of that industry, we talk about all the platforms, not just Xbox. Today's date is October the 28th, 2025. I'm your host, John, and joining me as always is reviews editor for XboxEra, Jesse Norris.
Hello. I've tried turning on HDR on this camera. It looks weird.
It looks
my
okay.
skin, I think, so if people are used to it, it was not HDR before because I had compensation on, and so everything got blown out, and realized, I will turn compensation off.
Shiny head.
And put HDR back on. So now it will look different, but it should look like actual colors now, including this.
I just realised I haven't got any of my usual lighting on. It doesn't make any difference because it's quite a nice day here in the UK.
Yeah. Outside of your camera shaking like you're always in an earthquake.
Yeah, I really want to either move the camera off of the desk. I don't know. Maybe I'll invest in a
depending on what's behind you, maybe you get a little mount or something, because I'd been thinking about that, but I have like no way. It has to be on my desk.
I'll investigate this. As a bonus for our wonderful patrons, I just want to mention that we make audio versions of these episodes available to them to listen to via Patreon for use in their preferred podcast application. But if you're on Spotify, you can link your account to Patreon and listen to it within the app there instead. We've had quite a few signups recently because I think people are realizing how much content we actually make and how much more we plan to make. So if you want to become one of these Patreon legends, just head over to patreon.com/XboxEra.
Yeah, I got a new Patreon peeps up yesterday for Tormented Souls 2, and I've got a handful of different games that were in the works, but then, boy, were things crazy for a couple weeks there. I worked out the time spent on those 4 reviews. And in a week and a half, it was nearly 100 hours. It was a lot.
It's mad. Yeah, I've been a busy boy. Been a busy boy this last
You?
couple of days.
I was told you don't do anything.
Me?
Yeah, you were hiding behind life.
I have just published. It's just out now. A review for, and I fully admit, like, I'm just going to hold my hands up. I've probably been generous here. A review of one of my childhood favorites, which is Simon the Sorcerer, a classic 90s point and click adventure series, which has had its first new game in like 15 years from an Italian studio called Small Thing Studios. I've been spending the last week or so playing through that across PC and Xbox consoles. If you like point and click adventure games, I actually genuinely think that the team are clearly fans of what is a very British series with very dry humor. It's got the voice of Chris Barry, aka Rimmer from Red Dwarf, and it is. They've done a really good job. I can't give any higher praise than that. Like, it felt like playing an old school Simon the Sorcerer game from my childhood.
Will the sequel be called Simon the Sorcerer Rises? Because everything is
honestly,
either Origins or Rises lately.
There's a bit in the review, like when it comes up with that title screen, like it does a record scratch, and the character, because throughout these games he'll always like look at you, the player, and be like, "Don't make me do this." You know, there's a very like breaking the fourth wall Deadpool nature to it almost. And that moment when it comes up, you hear him. He goes, "Simon the Sorcerer Origins? Who thought a prequel would be a good idea?" And it's that kind of humor that is prevalent throughout the game. I really enjoyed it. It felt like a blast from the past. I've probably been overly generous, but you could feel that the team got the assignment. So congrats to them. Why are you booing me?
The fans don't like generosity. Everyone likes toxicity and negative takes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I this is rubbish. No, it's if you like this sort of game, I had a really good time with it. And it's funny. It's 20 quid, 22 quid. I got about 11 hours worth of gameplay out of it. And on Steam, at least, I still have 3 secret achievements that I've yet to find. But I liked it. And I was glad that I got to play it. Pure indulgence for me to review this one. It's not a big game, but I thought the team did a really good job. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it. So if you're in America, you probably have never heard of this series before in your life. Germans, Europeans, folks in the UK, this is pretty popular. So I hope it does well for that team. And I hope they get a chance to make another one.
We did another review. Fairy went back and redid one of the old Diablo games. I'm kidding. He did Halls of Torment, which very much looks like Diablo, but is a Vampire Survivors Bullet Heaven like that he quite enjoys. It's been one of the more popular ones on PC. It's hitting Game Pass in 53 minutes across cloud, console, and PC. So if you've been surviving the deep rocks and you're looking for something new, and you love the old school Diablo look, and even like the inventory and feel and everything is very old school Diablo, Halls of Torment, he enjoyed it quite a bit. And there's a written review up on the website.
Is it play anywhere? Dare I ask? Love this.
Not being play anywhere.
Installed on my Ally
as we get into in the next. It didn't have a preload. You got to wait for it to go live. As we get into in the main story in a little bit, though, play anywhere is the big push.
Yeah, 100%. It has to be, and I'm glad for it. But yeah, it's been busy times. I'm also working on something massive that I look forward to sharing soon. I can't even tease a little bit what it is. I look forward to sharing it soon.
Well, what games are coming out this week? Just think, people.
Let's not play that game. That might give the game
you got
away.
an answer. No.
At
least it's not like Nick saying, "Oh, I won't talk about this one," and everyone's being like, "Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden." Like, Jesus Christ, Nick! No, you can't talk about it 2 weeks early.
Yeah,
they won't know. I won't say what it is. And it's like, Nick, you played 3 games.
He struggles, doesn't he? He struggles with the rules.
He was very excited though earlier today. He reset his Samsung TV, and then was jumping in on xCloud and was like, "Holy shit, this looks and plays great." It's like, yeah, Samsung always defaults to the best settings, and Fortnite always gets the best settings. So he was very happy. Fairy is reviewing 1,000 Times Resist. He had already played it. It was in his top 10 last year. Probably going to be a very positive review. And I've been trying to get Void Train. Hype Train Digital, if you ever watch this, I have emailed you a few times because you had emailed us in the past. But I've had no luck. I haven't heard from them. I'd really like to review that one.
There's lots to look forward to. I mean, 2025, I honestly think it's been my favorite year in gaming since 2007. There's just been so much good stuff to play.
Over 1,600 Play Anywhere games, according to Taryn in the chat, who is one of the people leading the charge on the XboxEra community Play Anywhere list. That's how many have really stolen from.
Because I need to work with that team to make some updates and changes to some stuff on our end for future growth, future stuff of the website and all of that jazz. But indeed, there is absolutely plenty to talk about and discuss and enjoy today in the news. And we'll start off with an Xbox slant, thanks to a report from Jez Corden over at Windows Central yesterday, talking about Microsoft's new ambitious Xbox plans. And it's interesting because obviously if you watch the XboxEra podcast, we have been talking about what we're hearing, but we haven't been able to verify to the extent where we can write a report. Jez obviously has some good sources, and he has. So this is, genuine reporting from Windows Central. If you haven't read the full report, I would suggest you go do so. But it pretty much confirms a lot of the stuff that we have been talking about, but goes into a little bit more detail. And this is obviously the next generation of Xbox hardware, which obviously is dead. But there's a lot of clues out there that people have already started to piece together, and Jez has kind of collected all of these and gone and verified some of it to talk a little bit about what that next gen picture looks like. And as Jesse was just saying, Play Anywhere forms a big part of that, right? Where to start here? What is the next gen Xbox, Jesse? Like, how would you, we've described this before in our own words, but how does Jez kind of put this?
I mean, it is essentially a fork of Windows. If it's coming in a couple of years, you would imagine Windows 12 is rumored to be out next year. So if they're going to fork Windows off and it's going to be this one environment, it should be Windows 12, but I don't know if that was in there or not. I honestly forget. But it's a fork of Windows with, as Dr. Lisa Su said back in June, full back compat via hardware, probably with a mix of emulation like the Switch does, to avoid relicensing issues, because I'm sure this will be strong enough to emulate a lot, just software if they wanted to, but then you have to relicense it all, which is why you only get certain 360 and Xbox One games, because those are still majority. Both the way the store was set up and the way that it all works, it can be a pain in the butt legally. So this one is, you have everything the Xbox Series console can play through back compat, and then you've got the Windows Store. It's you've got the Microsoft Xbox Store. That is the default storefront, but then you can swap over to Windows mode and get things like Steam and GOG and Epic Games and all that type of stuff. Where the delineation is between it will probably be more sandboxed than the Ally, because the Ally doesn't have the console store on it. And that was one thing I always thought about when they were talking about it or people were talking about the rumors in the past, is they won't want the store hacked, which is what happens every time something is available in Windows. So it will probably be partitioned away. How long does it take to swap over, get to your PC stuff? But also it makes a lot of sense because you can still potentially subsidize it maybe a little bit or not look to get huge margins on it if the default is just your store, because people mainly just use the default. The extra options would be for us maniac nerds who have games everywhere. But it's a Windows hybrid console that brings everything you had forward. He's talked before on the podcast, not exactly in this article, about the different tiers, like all the way up to a $2,000 super powerful one. And then, your weaker OEMs, and then Xbox is being somewhere in the middle. Still plans for a potential Xbox handheld, which would be cool, especially if it can use the if it's got, I know Nick's friggin' talked about it before, but what if it had a little slot on the bottom that you could use your little SD cards that they sell, like that type of stuff. It was a lot of things we'd heard, things he'd mentioned on the podcast, but now finally put in print as I have the sources to back this up thing.
As an actual report, yeah. There's other nuggets in there that I liked to read as well. Like we've long discussed that, with all the Game Pass changes and the fact that the PC side of things is becoming so much more prevalent, it becomes a bit of a piss take, frankly, that on that one side, if you're a PC Xbox customer, you don't have to pay for multiplayer access, because PC players, rightly back in the days of Games for Windows Live, told Microsoft to go and fucking do one when it came to charging for online multiplayer. And Jez has written here that right now, I'm told the current plan is for the next Xbox specifically to have no paywall for multiplayer. And I agree with him, right? Because it doesn't make sense.
No,
you're telling one, and then we're getting people arguing, oh, they wouldn't give up the revenue for that. Well, no, the revenue is that they'll want people to buy a PC Game Pass, or really PC Game Pass is going to go away because they're going to push everyone into one of these 3 tiers, essential, standard.
Yeah, and those tiers got new things. Like everyone went on the $30, but Essentials got PC and cloud, and Premium got PC and cloud. Like they got things to offset being a requirement for online. Yeah.
So that's really cool to hear. And it, as always, the terrifying thing of all of this change and all of this new stuff is on Microsoft's ability to do it, because the pieces are all there, right? They have the software know-how in theory, they have the technical chops in theory. But as always with Microsoft, you're just never quite sure if they're going to pull this off. Like the way they message stuff, the way that they bring all these cohesive departments together to work on one vision for a product. Jury's out, I guess. But on paper, like it's a compelling device, right? Like if it's cheaper than buying an equivalent power PC, but yet you still have access to Steam and GOG and Epic and so on, and you have the ability to quite literally, if I want to use this as a work device, you could. It is a PC. There's a lot there to really, really like. And I'm super curious about how it's all going to shake out, to be honest with you. It's the payoff is possible if they can do it. But there's a lot of work to do. But if we're talking 2027, and I know some people were really hoping that Microsoft would come through with the next gen and do a 360 where they launch a year before the competition in 2026. I think that looking at the state of things at the moment and where they're at, maybe that feels a little bit too ambitious. 2027 feels more doable. The question is PlayStation, what, we've got all the talk of PlayStation and a PlayStation handheld, and we've got some folks in the handheld sphere saying that this is absolutely the testing ground, their power reduction thing for the kind of requirements for a handheld mode. But 100 watts is still way too much draw.
Yeah, so it's like it's working towards there, but there would still be more to do.
Yeah. But like, how far along are PlayStation in this world? Like, how close are they to being ready? Are they looking at 2027? Are they looking for it to be longer? How easy is it for them to tell everybody that's bought a PS5 to then buy a PS6 in a year or 2 years?
And that's the thing. There's going to be another 10 years of PS5 and series games. Like these systems are perfectly fine to run the vast majority of things that come out outside of maybe the tippity-toppity AAA. And once you start mixing in new handhelds into everything, they will be fine for all of it for a very long time. At the very least at 30 FPS. Like there's not going to be generations. It's not like the next generation and then you start where you're wearing down the old one.
The actual end of generations, right?
Yeah. Because the PS4 and Xbox One were just piss weak. Like they were weak at launch and they were really bad 7 years in. And the mid-gen refreshes, like the One X was amazing. The PS4 Pro was just 2 PS4s bolted together pretty much. The main thing that has really helped PlayStation is they got out of their multiples of 18 CU thing that they were stuck in. So they like the Pro is not a multiple of 18, but is still able to do better than the 5. So moving forward, they've got more wiggle room on where they can go and stuff now. It will be interesting because one of the main things is there's far more games, there's far more competition for your eyeballs, and there's not more players. So everyone's like, why are they all focused on cutting costs? It's because there's not more to go out there and push for. Like you get the growth when there's something to grow to. And in the console space, if it was just about making money, they could do exactly what they're doing for the rest of time and make more than enough money to be completely sustainable. Which is why the sustainability thing was always stupid, because sustainability isn't about making enough to exist. It's about making more every time. That is sustainability in their business sense. It's not, oh, you made $5 billion last year in Game Pass. That's not enough. It's like, no, I need to make 5.5 next year. You need to make 5.9 the next. It just has to keep going up.
Yeah, but Jez sounds super hopeful.
Oh, yeah,
he says, in theory, the next Xbox will have more games, more content than any other video game device, like direct from a platform holder ever. Combining games locked to the Xbox console ecosystem, so back compat with your Xbox Series games, Xbox One, Xbox 360, original Xbox, and giving players access to every PC storefront. Mm-hmm. That in itself is also compelling for Xbox because, like, what's that RV game that's come out recently?
RV There Yet?
RV There Yet? It's only on PC, right? So
when Schedule 1 was popping off, like when all these things are popping off,
Xbox can actually be there for the first time. And for developers, you're just there. Like there is no, I have to go off and develop this thing over here. The question is going to become around licensing for backwards compatibility. Are existing publishers going to be happy to be told, hey, that game you released for the Xbox 360 is actually playable on PC now, but only in this chipset mode. And, are you okay with that? I imagine we're going to have wrinkles where some publishers will say no, some licensing issues will crop up. But if they can pull it off, it's exciting. It's like, if you like video games, it's a cool, at least someone's doing something interesting out there in this industry to try and mix it up a little bit. Like I've never understood this determination to be excited for repeats of the same things every time. Having said that, I'm also sitting here excited about the Halo campaign Evolved. So what are we? Who are we? I don't even know. The other thing Jez reported on as well is a upcoming partner preview in
there was
November.
One more thing about hardware.
What was the other thing about hardware?
The Elite 3 controller, he said, would be revealed soon.
That's interesting to me because if I were Microsoft, I wouldn't release it until there's a new generation to release into.
It might have the new generation stuff in it.
Maybe it will. Yeah. I guess
they do full back compat with their hardware, so I don't think they care. Yeah.
But yes, there's a partner preview event, according to Jez, scheduled for November. And Xbox Play Anywhere is going to be the headline act. It's definitely formed a headline act during the showcases and every other event they've had this year, as they are persuading more and more developers to just agree that this version that they sell via Xbox is dual licensed towards a PC version and Xbox version. As players that are watching us right now that are in this ecosystem, your hosts are in this ecosystem, I hate it when a game isn't Play Anywhere. I get so annoyed. Like even Simon the Sorcerer Origins, which I just reviewed, I originally asked for an Xbox code, but then because I was moving house and things were going to be hectic, I was like, actually, can I also have a Steam code so that I can dot between the two? But there wasn't a Play Anywhere. It's not a Play Anywhere game. So I've effectively had to try and complete it twice. The Steam version, I've got all the way through bar 3 achievements. The Xbox version, I'm still fairly early on, like chapter 4 or something. But, that's if that world had been a Play Anywhere, I would have been able to quite happily dot between multiple platforms without a care in the world. So, I want more of that as someone who just values that ecosystem aspect. And I don't think enough of this industry really talks about, and I genuinely believe this, is just because they don't play there, they do not see or feel that benefit of being able to go from game
Yeah, that's what we
from
always
system
hear.
to system with one
Yeah.
title and have everything just work and progress just continue. And I don't have to stress about double dipping or any of that nonsense. And there are going to be publishers out there that actively will be like, fuck that. You know, Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto 6, they're not going to want to sign up to play anywhere. Fuck that. We make so much money from releasing it on console first, and then all the PC players that want to play it have to buy a console, and then they'll double dip again when we release on PC, and then we'll release a remastered version for the next series of consoles, and you'll double dip again. That's how they make billions of dollars. But I think for the majority, it's a sensible consumer first point of view, and it should just be embraced.
Yeah, essentially anyone that doesn't have their own store, and we see it all the time with the people that, like, they're constantly complaining about, well, I want to get off my work station when I'm home, and I don't want to, I don't want to play games on the PC because I'm already working there all day. So I just end up playing on the PlayStation all the time. It's like, well, if you had both, you could jump between. That is the nice thing about the ecosystem for the niche of us who jump between multiple devices. It is just the best.
And I feel I should just warn some people. We've recently added a new segment into our mainline XboxEra podcast that airs live on Saturday nights, which is don't read the comments section, right? Where we will take questionable, abhorrent, rude, funny, ridiculous comments. So King Hitpost, Xbox is dead. You guys need some pussy. Prepare to be featured later on, bro. Thanks for your contribution.
Where do you post that?
Just underneath this lovely super chat from Paul Drew Rice, who dropped over a whopping £10. Thank you very much, sir. Do you guys think the new Xbox in 2027 will come with a disc drive? If not, folks with older Xbox games on discs are presumably locked out of these games. I think that they will predominantly prioritize a digital-only version, but they will likely offer a disc drive peripheral that you can plug in via USB, would be my guess.
If somebody sniped him, it wasn't me. I have not screenshot what he said.
Oh, I screenshot it. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
I would say to the physical owners
Also,
out there,
for the second part of that, I mean, we both have ladies. We're good.
well, yeah,
We have partners. We're fine.
in happy relationships. King Hitpost, thank you though. For the people that really love physical media, I would just say to you, I get it. I couldn't care less as someone who just, I don't want this stuff lying around collecting dust. I'm not a collector. I have my digital library. I've had that digital library for years. I've been building it for years. Don't give monkeys. I understand though that for some people that's really important, and I think that the best you guys can hope for is an add-on that is your choice. If you want to pony up the extra money and then still have your physical media, but you just got to look at the rest of the world and just acknowledge that for the most part, most people are quite happy to be digital now. Like, it's growing every year. You're a dying breed, my friends. And I don't mean that in a harsh way. Like, I fully support your choice to buy physical media, but 90% of the time, the thing that's on the disc that you bought isn't going to work out of the box anyway. Like,
essentially game key. They've been game key cards for most of the last 2 generations, and outside of some optional disk drive, I can't imagine it'll have one built in.
Yeah, I think it will be an optional one, but we'll see. Either way, it's interesting. The future is interesting. There's a lot of turbulence. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of hate out there. And, I always find that amusing, because if you're actually in this ecosystem, you're like, oh my God, I'm drowning in games. And like,
everyone on every platform,
like.
There's too much. There's too much to play everywhere. But most online discourse and people who grew up covering games is still just list warring. It's all they know. It's all they can really think of as far as where they should go with the conversation. It always becomes, like, even with the Outer Worlds 2, it became, oh, how's this compared to Avowed? Compare. It's like, why don't you just enjoy the game? Why do you have to always compare? Man, it is, it's been one of the things I've noticed, and like, there's the right-wing rage-bait grifters, which, some people who used to be in this whole Xboxosphere are really jumping into with 2 feet. And there's the people who might be on the right side of a thing, but because it's so hard to find a job right now in the industry, they have to focus on engagement. And so they end up coming at it from the same place where it's like, this is a story, this is something to talk about, but I'm going to focus on what is going to get me the most engagement because, dear God, do I need money and a job. And it just leads to shitty discussion all the time. Like, it started up, and we'll get into it next with the Halo Campaign Evolved debut, where it has become the U.S. government and GameStop going back and forth with a series of incredibly stupid memes. And people are like, okay, Xbox has to go back and they have to like DMCA the government. And it's like, Microsoft is a $1 trillion company. They are going to tiptoe as lightly as possible around this current very petty and very quick to go after you if you go against them regime. The head is going in the sand. They're not going to respond. They're never going to say a word unless they absolutely have to, because that's the only thing that makes business sense for this giant company.
Yeah,
but also Halo.
I imagine you'll see responses from individuals at that company who are allowed to be like, "This is fucking awful."
Yeah, I think the only thing, so the memes suck, but the memes are covered under fair use. The one thing that they could behind the scenes maybe go and say, hey, can you knock this one down, is the Facebook post of fight the flood from fucking immigration. Like, that sucks. And hopefully they can get that going. But that's like the only one, because that could be seen as a recruitment ad. And even like Nintendo didn't go after DHS legally. They just said we're looking into it. And nothing really changed. Like, it's just, there's only so much you can do against the incredibly powerful government that doesn't give a shit about what you think. So it sucks.
Fun times.
But that ends up being like, that will get people way more clicks and subs and all that type of stuff, and it's why they will focus on it instead of like actual game talk.
The rage baiting and how successful it can be is moderately depressing to me, because I like to believe, and call me naive if you like, but I'd like to believe, and I certainly see that. I see that reaffirmed back to me in the community that we've built here, that there are really good people out there that don't give a monkeys about the back and forth and the pearl clutching, and they just want to play video games, and they just want to have fun, and they just want to enjoy what is arguably a toy that's
I was talking with Nick about it. It's like, even Nick, who used to like thrive off of all this, is like, he's so sick of it. It's just
tiring. I can't imagine being like, I wrote a tweet this morning. I ended up not tweeting it, but I was just like, I am firmly of the belief that the majority of games media fucking hate video games. I have never encountered, I'm not going to name any names, I've never encountered a more jaded and miserable
Tom Henderson.
Anyway, let's talk about Halo. Campaign Evolved got revealed on Friday night.
Not to us.
And you can see our exclusive fucking preview of it. Look, I love Halo. Halo, in particular, Halo CE, arguably, outside of the Xbox wouldn't exist if Halo hadn't popped off and all of that stuff. My personal love of Halo led me to form a lot of the industry contacts and relationships that enabled me to start initially in this industry and start pushing for a website and start getting us access.
They didn't enable shit last week, John.
No, they didn't enable me to do that last week. I don't know why. Bizarre times.
Yeah,
but thankfully, Ursula was on the ground at HCS.
Not working on Hollow Knight.
Not working on Hollow Knight, much to everyone's disappointment. But we've got Halo Campaign Evolved, a Unreal Engine recreation of the original game. It's drawn plenty of reactions, both positive and negative, from people.
How dare they move that
some
rock?
Developers. Yeah, some developers like Jamie Griesmer from Bungie, ex-Bungie now, who was one of the original design folks that led the Halo C campaign, complained a lot about some of the changes made, whereas Marcus Leto, who was another ex-Bungie designer, praised it and said he couldn't imagine it ever looking this phenomenally crisp and good and great. I personally, as someone who has played the old game to death, has played the remastered version of that game in Halo C Anniversary a lot, this is what I wanted. I wanted a reimagining, a new take on something I have played thousands of times and has poured thousands of hours in. And it looks fantastic. Like there's a lot of performance hiccups here, but this is a year out.
Potentially.
But just the fidelity on display is jaw-droppingly good.
Will it be funny if they miss launch and have to delay it again, like most Halo projects?
Yeah, well, I think Pierre...
No, he's not the type that would have that happen generally.
They've got this locked in. And it really, really does look fan-bloody-tastic.
And it is in more the Resident Evil 4 Dead Space remake. It is not a graphical remake like Oblivion was. Like, it still has some blam in there to give it that Halo feel. I saw a lot of people say, oh, why would they bother doing this? And it was like, people still have not realized that the leadership at Halo Studios was 343 Studios was pretty much gutted, completely replaced, rebuilt. They're going to a new engine. This is a really good project to get their feet wet and get this engine ready for Halo.
And plus, it's something that, frankly, the fans will be delighted to see. And yes, if this is successful, I fully expect to see games like Halo 2 and Halo 3. Halo 3 in particular, probably one of my favorite video games of all time.
And Halo 2 has one, so I bet it would be 3 next.
Well, Halo 2 has one, but it's still not to this level of absolute gorgeousness. And they've gone beyond just... a graphical layer over the top of the existing engine. They are rebuilding it. They are adding elements to cutscenes and stuff. So would I love to see Halo 3 get this sort of treatment and,
restart saying
that trilogy?
Sad they're using 2001's clunky aiming mechanics. I am curious what the people who actually get to play it would say versus how it looks.
Well, yeah, Ursel says he felt it was fine.
Yeah.
I would honestly would start if I could get access to this preview build. I would love to tell you how it feels, but I don't. So, yeah, Jez Corden in the chat. We were just shouting out your earlier reporting, Mr. Corden, at the beginning of the show here.
It will be linked on the website.
Halo bad, more budget for World of Warcraft. I can't imagine a worse timeline, actually, Jez. That's an awful idea.
WoW never feels like something that needs more budget.
Yeah, it looks shit. It looked shit 10 years ago. It still looks shit today, Jez.
Not their cutscenes.
Oh, yeah, cool. The thing you don't play.
Yeah, the people love them.
Yeah, this is
big story game.
We've defined that. But God, I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait to...
How angry are you about it being on PlayStation? Shocked.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's talk about that. Doesn't bother me.
You don't feel betrayed?
No, like, come on, folks. We've known this was coming for years.
Yeah, you don't want to post about how it's like the end of an era and you feel so bad for Xbox fans, and then when people call you out on it, you say you don't give a shit. And that you're just posting for clout, essentially.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's an old game that's big. Yes, okay, it's a new game of an old game, but guys, like the long thing that I've long been like really sad about is the kind of broader death of Halo, in that it used to be the multiplayer game where you could get your social kicks in, your ranked kicks in, tons of different game modes, tons of variety, and it became not that through the kind of growth of things like Call of Duty and the fact that that was everywhere and it's now cross-platform. Halo, if it was stuck on just the Xbox console, even with PC brought in, it couldn't thrive in the way that it now can if and when a large multiplayer Halo project is announced.
If the fans can accept
these platforms.
Stupid skins.
Like, look at Ursel's crowd reaction. There was no booing. Halo fans do not care.
Halo players want Infinite desperately on PS5 to have more people to play with. Like, they couldn't give two shits. Like, they just want to play the game.
Happen, but
not at this point, especially if the other rumor about another multiplayer game being close is there. It's like, people are like, why would they only do campaign? It's like, well, because supposedly they also have other stuff in the work. They keep talking about having stuff. They even said HCS will be back, and they've got Halo Fest coming, which unfortunately I think they invited Marty to, and then he was very pro-ICE when he was posting about all the meme stuff. Hopefully they don't invite him. But yeah, it's like they've got a bunch of projects in the work. We don't know what all of them are. We had very good ideas about 2 of them. We now know that those ideas were correct. We'll see.
There's that. I can't remember where it was reported. So someone, if you know, feel free to correct me in the chat. But there was the discussion of, or someone quoted, Halo wants to be more like Fortnite.
That was Mr. Rebs
freaking out about that. Okay, so there you go. This Mr. Rebs. But if you think about that quote in a perhaps a more sensible way,
it's because people don't think it's user-generated content and licensing.
Exactly.
And deals. It's not
because I've long had the discussion with like when Forge for Infinite was being built and when we were informed that it was actually not going to be there at launch, like we talked about how actually, forget the pro scene and MLG, all of that crap. Like the lead for Halo should be
Big
Forge.
Team Battle. Oh,
no, because user-generated content and giving players access to a massive range of experiences and letting modders go crazy. If the new Halo Infinite as a or the new Halo multiplayer thing as a platform enables all of that creativity, and it has like your staple game modes, but the potential for infinitely more, that is the way to go.
Halo Infinitely More. That's the next game.
Yeah, it's the new sequel name. There you go.
If you can steal a brain rot and get someone sued in Halo, then you'll know you've made it.
Hells yeah. So there you go. It's exciting time. Next up in news, Phil Spencer did an interview, I believe, with the Pali International Council Summit with Tim Schafer, I think, was on stage, looking very surprised in very typical Tim Schafer fashion. And Ryan McCaffrey was there from IGN, and he, got to listen in and understand some of the conversation going on. And of course, AI and video games came up. And Phil spoke a little bit about how AI was used at Xbox, saying
how they mandated on everyone on everything. Oh, wait, no, that's EA.
No.
Look at that later.
Our applications of AI today are mostly actually on the security and protection of our networks. It's now at a scale where you can't really moderate the safety of those with just people alone. The volume is too high. So we have AI that we use to make sure that the conversation and topics that are happening and for protected child accounts and other things, and who gets to talk to those accounts, to those people, is locked down by parents or guardians who are setting those controls. That's our primary use of AI inside of our organization, the Xbox side of things today, which perhaps isn't the most glamorous use, but it's something I fundamentally believe in. On the creative side, he continued, I leave it up to the teams. I found that creative teams will use tools that make their jobs easier when it makes their jobs easier. And any top-down mandate that thou must use a certain tool is not really a path to success. I look at the teams, we make tools available, and let it organically percolate.
Mm-hmm. That's like pretty much the most he's ever really talked about. What can I get angry about,
Jesse, here, please?
You just say he's full of shit and you don't believe him, and then you say they're doing it anyways, and then you rail about how they're doing it anyways.
Okay.
We call that pulling a reset.
I understand. That's not the only thing that Phil Spencer commented on. He also spoke a little bit with Famitsu around the future of Turn 10 and Forza Motorsport. Nutshell, Famitsu were asking various questions, and they asked about how both Forza Motorsport and the Halo franchise and whether the IPs were coming to an end, what's happening with them. This was before the reveal of Halo Combat Campaign Evolved, I should mention. And Phil mentioned that this...
Real quick about AI, Microsoft has upped its stake in OpenAI to $135 billion after reaching a new deal. There, since we're talking about AI.
Ugh, great. Phil mentioned that's not the case and that both were still part of Xbox's plan for the future. Phil's full quote regarding specifically around Turn 10.
It was, look, Forza Motorsport was a dud. Boy, no one played it at all. It was sterile. It was a fun-to-play game with tons of technical issues and the worst, most sterile UI and feel of all time. I mean, what did he actually say?
He actually said, regarding Forza Motorsport, sometimes we need to shift focus to games that need to ship sooner. We understand the reaction many had had when we scaled back Turn 10 Studios. We have many games we want to support with care, and sometimes we give development teams more time to avoid putting them under constant strain. Our current structure with multiple studios allows for this flexibility. This is a very politically
scaled back,
savvy
aka cut half the studio.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Xbox Game Studios encompasses over 20 studios, each with multiple games in development and each requiring different levels of
They
support.
all have multiple.
Some projects
Compulsion has
require
multiple?
require a short-term focus, with others demanding a medium to long-term perspective. We genuinely want the games that we publish to succeed. Xbox Game Studios has numerous titles in development, so just stay tuned for what's coming next. I mean, this dials back to, I think it was a couple of years ago now, that a lot of the Xbox teams have smaller teams within these studios working on smaller titles that they can just release. We've just seen Double Fine release Keeper, and then we know that Tim Schafer and his side is working on something else. When that's going to come to fruition, we don't know, but if it's anything as good as Keeper, I'll be there for it. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Anorexic in the chat, as someone who is at level 2000 in Forza, I could write an essay with what went wrong with that game. Maybe you should.
If Forza Motorsport was now what it was at launch, it would have had a chance. Like, it's very good now. They did good work. They got it to where they could, and then they fired everyone because no one was playing it. No one's ever really played that game. It's not bad, but it has the UI instantly, like the UI and I'm walking through an airport in like some stuffy place nature to the music, and it's just, there's nothing inviting about that game. Like, it doesn't have to be like friggin' crazy hip hop music or something and go for like a Need for Speed feel, because that was also suck. But it was trying to be like the flight sim of racing sims, but it's also a simcade. It's not a full-on sim. So I don't know. Had a lot of issues, but it's still good.
Yep.
Just not great.
I don't know. I think Forza Horizon ate the original IP's lunch, and
Forza Motorsport should switch to being Forza Gotham Racing and just be a big city
if
racer.
Anything, they should give the Forza brand over to and just let that live on through Horizon and go PGR and do something maybe a little bit more along that
Midtown
vein.
Madness.
We'll see.
San Bernardino quickly.
Conscious of time here, just as a friendly reminder, folks, if you're watching right now and you haven't hit that like button, do me a favor and just stretch your thumb.
The next stories are
screen.
ones to just get mad at more than anything else. So,
or move your mouse and click that thumbs up button. It really does help us out. And if you watch us regularly as one of your favorite midweek news breakdowns and think, good golly gosh, these guys are good at what they do, how could I support them further? Consider heading over to patreon.com/XboxEra, because doing that is absolutely the best way that you can help keep us alive. And big thank you to all of the recent signups and the increases in support that we've had from existing Patreon members. We just held our recent Patreon town hall. We are pledging to try and do these monthly with the community. And we've got a lot of stuff that is in the works that should be in place within the next week or two, that will give you guys and the people watching and the people that follow us a better idea of what's coming week on, week out. Starting every Monday, you'll get a nice, like, here's what's coming.
You're going to get, so Monday will be prep, Tuesday record, Wednesday empty, Thursday empty, Friday put out recording.
Stop it.
Oh, sorry, that's not us.
Now. We're not like lots of other Patreon-supported legacy media publications who will remain nameless. We produce more content, more videos, more reviews, and just generally more. And we give our patrons more than any other Patreon out there. That's my firm belief. Feel free to point me to one that I'm wrong at.
He's turning 10 soon.
Yeah. Next up in news, here's a bunch of news headlines that we'll rush through.
Thank you.
We're running out of time. Krafton has announced that they're becoming a AI first company. Why on earth are they doing that? If you didn't know who Krafton are, they are the guys that make PUBG. Why?
Because the Korean government has offered up a bunch of grants, aka free money, if you focus on AI.
Ugh.
They want money. So they'll say,
I know you called this out, but I'm going to call it out louder. Andrew Seeley Bell, thank you very much for the Xboxera gift membership on YouTube, which has been redeemed and loved by Anorexic.
Yeah, Anorexic got it for talking. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very much, why would they do this? And there's just a ton of grants coming for places over there that will focus on AI. Unlike the next story, where it's just an evil company doing things for awful reason.
Yeah, EA, who recently announced their sale to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, mainly. And a big
trusts.
part of that sale was selling them on making $2 billion a year more, thanks to AI.
Yeah, they
Supposedly.
released a blog post about EA and Stability AI partnering to empower artists, designers, and developers. Please brace yourselves and grab your sick bags for the following corporate.
I mean, she has to pee real bad, and the missus is on a phone call.
You do that
so
while
you go
I'm
do
reading
that.
out this. At Electronic Arts, creativity isn't just part of what we do, it's what drives us forward. It's what transforms a blank canvas into a living, breathing world and turns a single idea into an experience shared and loved by millions of players and fans around the globe. AI probably wrote this. For more than 40 years, I can't do it. Blah, 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 blah. Machine learning and artificial intelligence have long been cornerstones of innovation at EA, powering everything from intelligent gameplay and real-time animation to physics simulation, pathfinding solutions, and more efficient development pipelines. Today, we're taking the next step on that journey. They've announced a partnership with Stability AI to co-develop transformative AI models, tools, and workflows that empower our artists, designers, and developers to reimagine how content is built. A global leader in generative technology, Stability AI's work is revolutionizing visual media. It goes on for, 1,000 more words about how great this is going to be for EA. But the next story, it kind of paints a different picture because according to VGC, this is written by Chris Scullion, Electronic Arts staff are finding it a challenge to just carry out management's demands that they use AI for just about everything the company does, per a new report. The actual report is from Business Insider, who spoke to a number of current EA staff speaking under anonymity, who say the company's leadership has spent the past year urging its roughly 15,000 employees to use AI for a wide range of tasks, making code and concept art to advising managers how to speak to staff about sensitive subjects like pay or promotions. According to the report, some staff say the AI tools they're encouraged to use produce flawed code that has to be manually corrected. Others on creative teams worry that because they're expected to train AI software by feeding it their own work, the demand for character artists and level designers will drastically fall. Wow.
It's all good news, right?
Oh, great. Whoa. Anyway, that's terrible.
Yep.
Speaking of EA, on the plus side, Battlefield's Battle Royale mode is getting revealed in 8 minutes. So we might just stick around to watch the trailer with you all before we close out for the day. So let's see if we can just keep this rolling a little bit. But it's called Battlefield REDSEC, and it's being revealed at the top of the hour via a new trailer. It is understood, according to leaks and reporting, that it is out today. Shadow drop straight into the existing Battle Pass.
This is not Battlefield. Rip Warzone. Stop the rainbow flags. Ha 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 ha. God, I fucking hate chat. I can't do it. As a YouTube chat for the REDSEC video.
Oh dear God. So the red sector, I think this is what it stands for. I'm intrigued. I don't know if I have time to look at it today because I'm really busy.
We don't.
But I really want to. So we'll see how it all shakes out. There's plenty to do.
Sadly, we've used all our notifications up.
Yeah, I know.
Because we'll be back at 1 o'clock for the ID at Xbox X IGN showcase, which has half leaked because the store leaks everything. And leaked as in the games that are going to be there. There's no new games in that listing anyways.
Yeah, but all of the ones that are there, like the majority of them, I'm pretty.
Yeah, no, it looks like a good show.
Looks like a good show.
Yeah.
So you can join Jesse and I.
And yes, and REDSEC is free to play, which is
that's the interesting thing. It's free to play, but launching. So I don't think it will be an update to Battlefield. Like I think the launcher for Battlefield will probably allow you to go into the Battle Royale mode, but I expect it to go live. And you'll be able to download it separately, and it will probably go live across.
And I pointed this out at launch, and people got mad at me. But Battlefield 6's launcher is set up just like Halo MCC or Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
You launch into a different executable to load up the campaign. So there's no reason why you couldn't load up into an executable that you don't have any of the multiplayer, so you can't run any of the multiplayer. They're all their own DLCs.
Yeah. I'm intrigued by RedSec though, because they've got this whole firewall thing, but there's no like you can hide in it and like pump yourself full of armor and meds to keep alive. If it touches you, you are dead. So it's really going to force players to kind of push together. And
when I talk about how the games coverage industry really loves focusing on the negative, just always every time, it's always this type of dumb shit that I don't think most people actually give a damn about.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yay, video games. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see how Battlefield's take on Battle Royale is going to perform in this crazy, crazy world. Is it going to take players away from the main meat and potatoes multiplayer mode? Is this the thing that all streamers are going to play? Is it going to not go down well? We'll find out in like
5 minutes.
The next day or so. We'll find out what it looks like in 5 minutes. But before we do that,
I bet you it ends saying out now.
Yes, I do too. Mouse PI for Hire was delayed earlier this year and has now got a new release date of March 19th, 2026. This is the cartoony Troy Baker voiced mouse detective, a private investigator in a kind of like 1940 style cartoon world. It actually looks super cool.
Yeah, Ursula and I got to watch them play it a full level at Summer Games Fest, and it looks fun. It looks good.
Yeah.
Always comes down to how does this feel on controller? It's one of the harder things. All these Unreal Engine games and how they feel on a controller can be amazing or terrible. So hopefully it's good.
It's curious. Like, I wonder if they're going to release a colorized version of it, because like it's all black and white, and that's cool. But like, I imagine it would also look really, really fun, all bright colors and maybe
that'd be the sequel where they start doing like Looney Tunes style.
But it does look really, really good.
Yep.
And imaginative and different, which is wonderful. So I am all for it.
You know what looks really, really good if you're in Asia is one of the biggest games on the planet that outside of being in secret level, you've probably never heard of.
Until I read this news story earlier today, I have never heard of it.
You didn't watch Secret Level?
No. Honor of Kings has a combined global monthly active user base of 260 million players.
What type of genre do you think Honor of Kings is? It's a MOBA. It's Dota. It's League of Legends.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Wow.
Yep.
Never heard of it before in my life.
It was a good level. It was one of the good secret level episodes. There's not that many of those, so.
Yeah.
It's just a MOBA. That's a really short clip.
Wonder if now Halo's on PlayStation will get a secret level season 2 with Halo.
Hey, look, it's the thing I hate the most about YouTube. Somebody's clip, somebody else's stream, probably taking all this out of context, and then just has like them yelling or laughing face. Down votes, up votes. It's like, it's just these types of 300,000 views in a week. He didn't do anything. He just took somebody else's clip and puts it up on YouTube. Just kills me.
Sad face. Anyway, last piece of news that we have in the doc for today is a little story about Netease and Marvel Rivals. The nutshell here is that Netease, according to game developer writer Bryant Francis over at GameDeveloper.com, is accused of lifting art for Marvel Rivals Marvel Rivals Wakanda map.
Yeah, it's very obvious.
Dianingana, former lead environment artist on EA's cancelled Marvel Black Panther game from Cliffhanger Studios, is accusing Marvel Rivals developer Netease of copying his work in designing the game's Wakanda-themed map. He made these claims on X and Blue Sky, publicizing the similarities between elements of Marvel Rivals' Interstellar Empire of Wakanda map and his own work. In a follow-up comment, he recognized what he called a keyhole extrusion visible in the in-game map and publicized concept art.
Yeah, it's not great. But what is great is we're just about to see the Battlefield 6 trailer start up. So I'm going to swap us over to desktop audio. Get us back.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to read the last piece of it.
Yeah, go for it.
These design choices could be coincidental, but he explains that he'd had a message from someone named Milu, claiming to be an art developer on Marvel Rivals, and said, "I like your design very much. We also absorbed the inspiration of your work in the design of the Wakanda map."
It's one of those things where I think, like, across cultures, sometimes what's looked at and how things are treated can be pretty different. It's not to say it's fine, hey, way to go, but it is.
It might have been done
cultural
without
differences.
malicious intent.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been done with malicious intent, too. You never know.
Yeah. Where am I going to watch this? Am I just going to watch this on my own? Because that's easier.
Yeah, because I could, if I try and stream it to you now, it might work, but then I might really be pushing my internet because I'm doing 30K. Yep, there it goes. We got a premiere. 2 minute long, of course, because they want to let people come in. What the heck is a Reus 2? I've never heard of it. It's already out. That's why.
Okay, I'm watching. Oh, I need to change
38,
my
37,
audio out.
36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. I'm on 1440p because that's all
I'm on 4K because fuck yeah.
I mean, I could,
I might
but
full screen this.
yeah. I go to 1440 just because that's what I'm streaming at, so it feels wasteful to go higher. Oh yeah, that's right. This music is copywritten. I always forget, but it because it gets chopped out of your video, so it doesn't matter. So when you do a premiere, it's got their music they paid for. But once the premiere's done, that segment's gone, and it's only your video that's left, so it doesn't matter. But if you're co-streaming, I muted it. I'll mute this out of the VOD probably if I have to, because all this is really like ambient, boring music. I'm surprised when EA did the original reveal and they did a premiere, they had their own video as the premiere video. I'm surprised they couldn't do that again. Oh, you know what?
Really putting the pressure on Call of Duty more and more, EA. You know, like if this does well, that's putting the pressure on Warzone. Interesting times.
And people are like, oh, there's hardly any pre-orders for Call of Duty on Steam. And it's like, it's a yearly release that its main audience is on Battle.net and consoles anyways. Like, it's not, people just know they're going to buy it. So they don't, like, Battlefield 6 was a big thing because it had been a while since the last one. Okay, I can turn this down because they're about to begin.
Here we go.
Rated M for mature. Planes.
Certainly looks like Battlefield.
You know, this game doesn't actually feel like old Battlefield, by the way. And a lot of people are complaining about that, like I knew they would. The redacted sector.
Consider everyone down there a threat.
Dun, dun, dun.
There was bots down there. Oh, goddamn fucking music. We gotta sing over the music, John. California. At least I'm not using Zwei. Or Zwei. Blah, blah. Blah, 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 blue. Oh, boats. The boats that Tom Henderson talked about. I will be curious because the maps are very small in Battlefield 6. Even the big maps aren't that big. And one of them people don't like.
Huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be nice to actually have a big one again. But only for this mode. Calling in tanks. Blowing up shit. Blowing up tanks.
Interesting.
Instant death. So if you play through the campaign, you can probably guess what that explosive stuff is. And why it's so deadly.
Oh, look at the fire. Look, you're trying to extract. Oh, no, sorry.
Blah.
You're dead.
Golf cart! Oh, building. Levolution!
Whee!
Yep, this has a chance to do well. C4 in the little.
This is going to do well. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it depends. It might do well for a week. You never know with these things anymore. It's like extraction modes. Extraction modes mostly don't do shit. And they had an extraction mode in the last game. So
Cutthroat squad competition in the gauntlet. Only the best advance.
play free now. What a shock. I'm shocked. With Portal.
Cool. Very cool.
Play free now.
Whoa, that's nuts.
If I click download now, what happens? Where is it? Well, there you go.
Cool.
Definitely have to mute a lot of that segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, also-
California.
All right, we will be back in 2 hours with
Yes, we will.
well, an hour and 45 minutes or something, because we'll go live a little early to talk over the ID8 Xbox IGN showcase, and then probably do another one next month for Patreon for partner preview, and then probably do the goddamn Game Awards again for some reason, and then do the Dev Direct in January. We got lots of co-streams coming.
So many things coming. We'll be back with more headlines on Thursday this week. You can expect some chunky stuff throughout the week, though, because there's plenty to talk about, plenty of games to come. And we'll try and get some feedback and impressions on REDSEC as soon as we can, time permitting. But until then, you know the drill. There's tons of great video games out there. Go play some of those.
No.
As always, if you want to get interactive with our amazing community, you can do so by heading over to our forums, forum.xboxera.com, our wonderful Discord server, discord.gg/XboxEra. And if you want to support the team directly, you can do so by heading to patreon.com/XboxEra. We will be back on Thursday. Be good. We'll see you next time. Ciao for now.
See you.
Is it already installed? Hello? REDSEC.
Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself,
Oh, update queue.
where is my mind?
Here we go. Okay, cool.
Where is my mind? 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 In the water, sea swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock, except the little fish bumped into me. Swear he's trying to talk to me. Say wait, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is? Way out in the water, sea swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock, except the little fish bump into me. Swear he's trying to talk to me. Say wait, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is? Way out in the water, sea swimming. Feet on the air and your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it, yeah. Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it.